I mentioned, we have Director Mark Monin here on behalf of the El Toro Water District. Well, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you. And, you know, we've kept in touch with you guys over the last couple of years. And, you know, you've been making a lot of progress, yet the weather is kind of not cooperating. So,
well, you know, we're getting rain.
Yes.
Oroville's filling up, so some of the
good.
reservoirs are filling up. So
okay.
We're glad to get that.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, we were really happy last week when we had that really good rain here. And then we did get some snowpack in the mountains. So I'm assuming that is very helpful. So, you know, overall, you've got a huge infrastructure, and you're responsible for a lot of different things. Kind of give me an overview of what that is.
So basically, we have to provide water when you need it, and good quality water. There's a lot of investment that goes into making sure that when you turn on the tap, it's there for you.
Right, okay. Well, so here you have, you know, you've got a heck of a lot of miles of pipeline. So maybe let's just go through all this.
So we have 170 miles of pipeline, 8 pump stations, 6 storage reservoirs, and then on the sewer side, of course, we're not just water, we're sewer, 150 miles of pipeline, 11 pump stations, and 6 million gallons per day of water recycling. And then on the recycled water specifically, 25 miles of pipeline, 3.7 million gallons per day, and tertiary treatment plant.
Wow. Now, what are we looking at in terms of that map? Like, where is that? Like, does that go from how far north to how far south?
So it would go from the south point or west point of Laguna Woods all the way up the Panhandle into Mission Viejo.
Oh, okay.
So there's 5 total cities in our district, including all of Laguna Woods.
Okay. Now, I know we've talked in the past about some of the maintenance that you guys do. Well, that's a heck of a lot of pipelines. Do you have to go in and fix things regularly or tune them up or do what you need to do?
We do. Trees get in pipes. You know, people, plumbers sometimes go in the wrong way. And so there's constant monitoring of the pipes, making sure there's no blockage, making sure there's no buildup to prevent, and again, make sure the water is there for you when you need it.
Okay. Now, we did talk about the rain and that you do have reservoirs, and you mentioned that there is one area that is filling up. But then what happens when we're in an emergency situation?
So we have a big R6 reservoir, and we work with Santa Margarita Water District and Mount Miguel Water District, and 3 of us are in that together.
Okay.
And so that's there to provide at least 60 days of water in case the Colorado or the state water system couldn't provide that for us.
Oh, and then what kind of extreme would cause that to happen?
Earthquake is probably the biggest thing, or some type of infrastructure breakdown. But probably earthquake would be unfortunately the biggest thing that could disrupt that.
There was some discussion at some point, and this was months ago, about the Lake Mead, that it was so low in water that it might have been necessary for them to stop the water from flowing into the Hoover Dam. Was that for real?
Well, what they actually had to do is they had to go under the lake instead of from the side because the water has been retreating.
Oh.
Yeah, so basically it's a big thing for Las Vegas is to make sure that they have ample supply. And when it drops below certain levels, then that can cause some problems. And we've been right in that neighborhood.
Wow, so they went underneath then instead.
Yeah.
Oh, that was because I hadn't heard this latter part of what you just said, so that's good to know they have alternate ways.
Right.
Now, we have talked significantly about the covers and liners that you guys have, and there was some concerns that maybe you had to do some replacements. Yeah,
the normal wear and tear of the properties of the cover. The water is treated water, so we line it. It's one of the bigger lined reservoirs in the whole country. So it's very important, and it's just at its useful life that we need to replace it.
And you've got a cost there of about $21.7 million. How do you normally get that money to do that?
So basically, you know, the biggest thing is from, you know, the water bills.
Okay.
And then, you know, we may have to go in the market and do debt.
Okay.
But the thing is to make sure we're looking ahead in the future for these big projects when they come up, because infrastructure and it wearing out is the biggest challenge all of Southern California, really all across the country, is running into, because these water systems are 60, 70, 80, 100 years old. And they just have come to the point where a lot of things need to be replaced.
So that infrastructure bill that recently passed, do you benefit from that?
Hopefully. There's a lot of things in it, and not all of it's water. So there's a system that you go in and you apply for things. And they say that a big priority is water.
Right.
So hopefully there's funds that various water districts, including ours, can take advantage of and keep building on our infrastructure.
Well, we hope so, right? Because we have things too that we have to fix here
Correct,
in Orange
yeah.
County. Now, an Oso Lift Station, you guys need to do some construction on that.
So throughout your area, you have highs and lows, and you need to keep water at certain pressure. So that's what a lift station does, or a pump station does.
Okay.
It brings it to a certain level to maintain pressure throughout the whole system.
Okay, so where is this located?
That's down at, kind of on your way on the Laguna Canyon Road on the way to Laguna Beach.
Okay.
Right where it meets Aliso Viejo.
And what are they doing in that picture?
So we had to upgrade it and increase the size and technology in it. So we had to expand it and then put in new equipment and upgrade it for the next 30, 40 years.
Well, that's good. At least you have, looks like you have some pretty good equipment there that's really going to be
We have to have the
durable.
best. We want
Yeah.
to be there and waiting for any need there might be.
Okay, excellent. And then one last thing is we're talking about a filter building. What is a filter building?
So we've had this filter building for years, and it's also an emergency center for MWD Orange County and MODOC, and it supplies Metropolitan, the main bringer of water into the area, and it's an emergency operations center for MODOC and our El Toro.
Okay.
So we need to bring that up to code because of earthquake, and so we're revamping, tearing down what is not needed anymore, upgrading what we need to. So that's a big project for us to upgrade that whole area. Because most of the things are down this area as far as our new filtration plant's very close to here.
Okay, so you went through a process where you did the study, and then you won't be starting construction until next year.
Right, and you put it out to bid and you look at it, and then we work with our partners at MODOC and what their needs are also.
Okay, well, you guys are always on it, always doing a lot of work behind the scenes. We never see it, but boy, as long as we can turn on our faucet and get our water.
That's correct, yeah.
Is there anything else that I might have missed?
No, you're very thorough on it, so excellent.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. And if you want more information about everything we've just discussed, you can always go online to the El Toro Water District, or if you have questions, you can go to 949-837-0660. Give them a call or send an email to district@etwd.com. We'll be right back.